welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to look like Rihanna. This is the Rihanna celebrity inspired look that I kind of just came up with. I'm obsessed with pink, so I figured why not remake her literally like most pink look ever. I got the dress on, I got the whole shebang. If you guys want to see what $10 foundation I used to get this flawless look, do not forget to continue to watch today's video. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And we're gonna jump into the fabulous look starting now. So I'm obviously going in with a primer. This is just the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. We all know Miss Rihanna has literally like the most flawless everything. But you definitely want to make sure like your pores are nice and cleaned up, non-visible, just like hers are. We have some under eye kind of highlight going on, lots and lots and lots of pink blush. So I'm very, very, very excited to do this look. Oh my God, there's primer in my nose. Also, gonna do my favorite trick, which is always to go in. This is just some Mercier Translucent powder. And I take like a foundation brush. It desperately needs to be cleaned. I'm so sorry. But I take a foundation brush and I just put it on the areas that the foundation tends to want to slip off. Their foundation will just stay on so much better if you go in with a powder beforehand, just a little bit, and especially something like a translucent powder is great because it's like very fine, so it'll like blend right into the skin. Okay, so this is my Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. Love this stuff. If you guys, or if anyone's new to my channel, you would, or I guess if you're new to my channel, you wouldn't know that I'm obsessed with drugstore foundations. I like to use also that same, this is just the Morphe foundation brush. It is Morphe 439. This is just a full coverage brush. I just find that it's so good at just like covering every flaw. Well, I am shade 310. And then I like to just push everything in to the skin after I go in with the brush, just to lock everything in. I like to do a nice little sheen of it and just let it sit into my skin before I go in with our concealer. That is my concealer brush. Concealer brush. Can't you guys see how organized I am? Where is my brush? But you can definitely see like right under the under eye, just probably about right here is when it's pretty highlighted. It gets taken up a little bit to like the outer part of her eye, but it's mainly focused right under her under eye. So we're gonna be going in with something a little bit lighter. This is Vanilla. This is the Multi Sculpting Concealer. This is just by Too Faced. Really like it. If you guys don't already know my concealer tips and tricks, always put it on the back of your hand, then take a brush. Me using the brush is just really spreading out the concealer into like a thin, even layer. And trick, you always want to let your concealer sit, even if it's a very full coverage concealer like this. It's just gonna really help with creasing. So we're gonna let it sit. I normally go like under my under cheeks, but because I'm literally trying to do the exact same look as Rihanna, she doesn't really have anything highlighted here. She has a little bit on her, it's not called Cupid's bow, but like on her chin, just like slightly. Her nose is pretty highlighted, but I feel like it's mainly highlighted from like highlighter. So I'm not gonna go in there, and I'm gonna go in like with the slightest amount right here because her forehead is also a teensy weensy bit lighter. I go in with setting spray several steps, especially when it's like a full coverage look like this, just because I'm putting on a lot of product. I really wanna make sure everything's like in the most seamless blend like possible, if that makes any sense, as opposed to like caking on a whole bunch of products and then being stuck with like a really cakey looking face. My other trick is always just to dip the concealer or the sponge. This is an e.l.f. sponge that I got from Walmart. Just dip it into your concealer before just blending everything out. That way you are blending out something that already exists and not shearing everything away, not all your hard work. Also, I'm just really focusing the product in the same place that I kind of like carved it or like drew it out with my concealer brush. I'm not like taking it under, I'm not putting it all over the place. Like I'm really just focusing it in that same spot. I just dipped in one more time. Going in with the Laura Mercier. This is a honey color. I always like to set my face with a different color powder, not like with the same translucent powder. I just find like, especially since you're trying to highlight in this look, like we're really trying to like bring out our under eyes, I feel like it's really better just to go in with like a different shade or something close to like your skin shade and then something lighter underneath. It'll just really help carve and like bring like and like bring out the whole look, you know? So I want to make sure you do that. This is the OG MAC Studio Fix foundation powder. This has been around for like years and years and years and years and years. I'm just going in with my Real I'm just going with my Real Techniques brush. This part is so essential. When you set your entire face, it makes all the difference. Not only is your foundation going to last all day, but also when you go to put on your bronzer, it's not going to be patchy, and it's also going to last a lot longer because that thing that was wet called foundation has now been set. Okay, so now I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Island Ting bronzer. I love this bronzer. I'm shade Island Ting. It's fire. Love this bronzing brush. This is by Real Techniques. Just gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer, nothing crazy. And I'm literally just like bronzing my nose. Like I said, I wouldn't call it contouring or anything like that. You can just tell there's like a little bit of bronzer on my nose, and it ties everything in together. So she has a very, you know, the most beautiful cheeks, great jawline. So I am just gonna carve it out a little bit. Everything looks very blended, very seamless. I'm taking it down a little bit to the neck. Again, nothing crazy. And I'm gonna go in again with the Smashbox setting spray. Okay, so for her eyes, I can definitely see that there's a lot of like sheen and silver and like glitter focused up in the inner corner, and then it also gets brought up to the crease. So I'm gonna definitely pay attention to that. And then also, I can tell in the crease, it's just like a very soft, almost like her skin tone color, like just a very like chill translucent shade. And then it goes on to be silver on the lid. Very dramatic eyelash, and then just like a regular liner. I don't even think it's like winged or anything like that. And then a lot of bottom mascara focus. So that's pretty easy to achieve. So that's great. That's exciting. I'm just going in with the MAC, what is it called? Laying Low Pro Long Wear Primer. It's just an eye primer. I really like it. I'm gonna go in with Toasted. This is by La Roche Pro, the chocolate box. So I'm just taking the color, literally just like kind of fanning it into my brows. Okay, I'm just kind of like fanning it upwards. This is a Morphe M441. Basically what that means is it's a little bit more, it's not like loosey-goosey, so it's really just gonna like place the product on, and you'll have to worry about like really blending it out and buffing it out later. So I'm just placing that everywhere. I'm kind of just doing 2 eyes at a time here. And I'm just literally patting back and forth, patting back and forth, patting. And then I'm doing the same thing here, patting. I'm also trying to like bring the eyeshadow up into my brow. Now I'm gonna take something that's like a bit softer just to really blend it out. This is a Morphe M330. So it's just like a very like, it doesn't have like a dense of a brush. And I just went in with Salted Caramel. It's literally just like a very, like literally like my skin color, like just very nude, soft color, just to kind of blend everything out. And I'm just using a very light hand, blending back and forth, just to kind of decrease the intensity of the eyeshadow. So now for the lid color, I'm just taking a bit of Fix Plus. I always do this because it just helps intensify the color. I dab off like the Access product, and I'm just going in with the Carly Bybel palette. Love this guy. This is the color Bully, I believe. It's like a really pretty like sheeny color. So I'm just going with that. And that I'm just taking here, like literally just on the lid. And I'm just like kind of patting and spreading at the same time. In her crease, like she has that regular color, and then she also has like the really bright inner corner, and it almost looks even like brighter right in the crease there. So that's what I'm attempting to do. Yeah, like that. Like, you know what I just thought of? If you guys watch, oh my god, well, someone has had to watch That's So Raven. It's literally my favorite show ever. But you know when the dad like loves to say the word kapow? Anyways, that's what's in my head. But the shade reminds me of like, it's like kapow. Oh my god, I'm so late. This is literally just like a nose contour slash like defining like contour brush, but I'm just gonna use it for this. I'm gonna dip it into toasted coconut, dab it off, and I'm literally just gonna take it right here, because that's where she might crease, but I'm not taking it anywhere else. Yes! Okay. See, like, you know? Actually, I'm gonna take it up literally to my brow bone, because I could see in the picture, it kind of goes like this, and it goes a little bit up like right there. So I'm gonna take it literally up to there. Yes, okay. There we go. And I'm gonna follow like that same guideline over here. Looks a little crazy right now. I promise at the end it's gonna look gorgeous. Now I'm going in with the Kat Von D Tattoo Eyeliner. Love this stuff. So yeah, her eyeliner goes like all the way from here all the way to the end. It doesn't start in the middle or anything like that, so I'm just gonna follow that. Okay, so I'm taking the Fenty Beauty little mini sample that I got from Sephora, Fire, and I'm just priming my lashes before we do pulse one. I'm gonna use this Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim. It's really good, and it's just a really light shade. And she has a very like straight brow, so I'm gonna try to draw that as well. So I'm literally just taking this and drawing kind of upwards, drawing a line. Like I said, it's a very straight brow. It's not like much of a curve or anything. And then I'm just taking a light hand and drawing her strokes. And even her inner brow, like right here, is a little squared off. So I'm trying to do that too. Like that. So I feel like that's more of her brow style. I would have done like just a little bit more of like a round part here, but like I said, hers can I just go straight out. So I'm just following that. I'm not even gonna clean up the brow or anything, because like I said in the picture, you can really tell how there's like, see how I have some brow hair here that I can like pluck and clean up my brow. You could tell like right towards the end she has a lot, and it's kind of like that like messy natural brow looks, like fluffy kind of thing. So I'm literally gonna leave my brows like that. I'm not gonna clean them up, and I'm just gonna go on to the next side. All right, so that's the brows. I am gonna take, even though I'm not cleaning them up, I'm just gonna take some brow gel. This is by Benefit, just to keep the brows in place. Okay, so in the look, Rihanna's blush is very prominent. It is prominent like on her cheek, but it's almost like pushed to the side and then focused very, very, very upward. So it's not going out, it's going like very high. So it's really trying to like emphasize her cheekbones, make it very pink, and it's very loud. I don't have a pink that's like really bright like that and corally and like that hot pink. So I do have a color, but it's an eyeshadow. But I'm just going in with the Berries by Juvias. It's really nice like pink eyeshadows. But I'm just gonna go in with my blush brush. I know this might ruin my entire look because they're really pigmented, but I'm gonna make sure I tap a lot of it off. And I'm just gonna go really light. Like I have a very light hand right now, oh my god. And I'm gonna take it right on the other side too. Okay. No, I'm okay, I'm okay. What I'm gonna do, because I could see that it's like not wanting to blend out that much, I'm just gonna like brush off the excess. And I just have like a really, I'm not even gonna show you guys because it's like the worst blush palette, but it's not the worst, but it's just all messy. This is just the Makeup Revolution palette. And I just have like a little bit of like a corally pink, so I'm just going over with that just to help blend it all together. Because if I just did the shadow, it would look very choppy and like very scary. But see, it worked out. There you go. But see, I'm really just bringing it like not too in the center, but like just about here, and I'm bringing it up. I'm just bringing it like right up because that's how she has hers. She almost kind of has it like blended into her brow, like it kind of goes. I feel like Rihanna's like so like this. It's either like she has blush on or like this, or like she just doesn't have any at all, you know? Like she's always like just so like extreme or not extreme. Like that's just how she is. I love it. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Now we're gonna go in with highlight, or like a lot of highlighter, just because she's very glowy. And you could tell it's like based off highlighter, not just like luminosity. I'm just going in one more time with the Smashbox setting spray. This is just my little fan from Dollarama. And her highlight color is, it's more of like that silvery, not so gold. It's like very silvery, very bright, very in your face, but blended out obviously really flawlessly. She's not only highlighted on her cheeks, but she's also very highlighted on her chin, her nose, just at the tip, and mainly up at the top, as well as her forehead. So I'm gonna take the Glow Kit by Anastasia on Beverly House, and I'm taking the shade Moonstone. Normally I would take the shade Bronze and Shimmer, like I like to mix them together. But I'm gonna go in with Moonstone just because that's more of like what she's wearing. I'm gonna tap that excess off. This is just a Morphe M510 brush, and I'm just gonna dab to begin with, and then kind of spread the product out. She also has a very prominent brow highlight, so I'm gonna add that at the end as well. And do the same thing on this side. She has it brought in very close. You could see her highlight so much that when she's not smiling, you could see it. It's not just like when she goes like that. I'm just gonna take my pinky finger and literally just okay, so I'm literally taking it. It's focused, like it's not focused so much on the outside, it's like very the whole thing, like her lashes, you could tell they've been placed like right in the middle, so that's where I'm gonna place mine. Normally I would place it more on the outer half, but it's okay. Same thing on this side. I'm not placing it like over there, I'm placing it literally like right in the middle. I'm just gonna go in with a bit of her mascara just to help everything blend together. All right, last but definitely not the least, I'm going to be going with the one and only Fenty Beauty. This is the color Unlocked in her like Stunna, like in her lip paints. This literally will not come off like ever. Like her lip paints are fire. So I'm just going in, and she has quite the bright lip. I'm assuming it's Fenty Beauty. Like I feel like it just like would not be. You don't want to go too crazy with this because less is more. Or if you do, like you can definitely layer it. Also with Rihanna's look, she has the most defined Cupid's bow like ever. Like that's like her signature. Like that's what people know Rihanna for, especially like her amazing facial features. Her Cupid's bow on her lip is like the most. So what I'm going to be doing is literally, I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to do the same and define my Cupid's bow. Okay, very nice. I'm gonna take her mascara one more time and do the bottom lashes. When this is drying down, I literally like to just like sit and do nothing for like a few seconds, just because if when it gets somewhere, it's the biggest to like fix it. I'm going one more time. I promised last time with setting spray. I'm gonna cover my eyes just so that they don't get wet. Of course, the look would not be fully Rihanna proof without some body glitter. In the pink dress she's wearing, she has like a lot of body glitter, a lot of like glowiness, all that stuff. I don't have any body glitter, but I do have, this is like a golden oil. It's like coconut oil and basically like gold sparkles. So it'll help really just like give me that sheen and that glow. She definitely, I feel like, used her Fairy Balm like puff powder because like the sparkles are very like defined and very obvious and like chunky, and like it doesn't look so much like just like glowy skin. Like you could tell like she has a whole bunch of sparkles on her body. Like it still looks beautiful. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get that like exact look just because I don't have that, but I'll give you as best as I can for sure. So this, see how it's just gonna give me like a little bit of that sparkle. There we go. A little bit of that. If you look like very closely, you could see that there's some sparkles in it as well. Also, the look would obviously not be full Rihanna if you are not wearing her perfume. So this is Rogue by Rihanna. I have no idea what she was wearing that night at that fabulous like gala, but if we're trying to be Rihanna, we obviously need to smell like her, and I'm sure she wears her own. You guys can literally pick this up at like Rexall or at like Shoppers for like under $20. I think it's always like $19.99. Anyways, it's amazing. If you love like that woody vanilla like smell, that's exactly what this smells like. If you like vanilla, you'll love this. I love her other perfumes too, but this one's really, really nice. But that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into today's look. I hope you guys enjoyed my celebrity inspired Rihanna look. I'm really digging it. I feel like everything really came together in the end. Please let me know what you think down below in the comments, and do not forget to follow me on IG, on the Instagram right here, where I make tons of styling content. I have beauty, I have fashion, I have designer deals, the whole shebang. So do not forget to follow me there on IG, and thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Love you guys so much.